from Khubor Estate. I am joined in today's briefing by my colleague, the Power Minister. At today's cabinet meeting, chaired by Honorable Chief Minister, we took up a number of items, and one of the key sectors that we focused on today was the Department of Power, for which a proposal for the appointment of advanced metering infrastructure service provider, that is relating to smart metering, was also taken up and adopted by the cabinet today. So I would first request my colleague to give you a brief overview of what was discussed in today's cabinet and the decisions arrived thereat.
Thank you very much. Actually, you must be knowing that Government of India has formulated one scheme in the name of RDSS, the Revamped Distribution Sector, basically aiming to provide 24/7 uninterrupted, quality, reliable and affordable power supply. And this also will increase the operational efficiency and financial stability of the DISCOMs. So on that basis, this scheme has been formulated. This also will bring down the AT&C losses and the actual cost of supply and actual revenue realized gap also. Basically, this scheme is having two parts. In the first part, there are three components. One is metering, that is the first component. Second one is distribution infrastructure work, and third one is project management. In the first part, metering, we had tendered for the smart metering quite long time back, and at that particular point of time there were three bidders. That was first NIT was floated on 25th November 2022, and bid were opened on 23rd February 2023. Out of these three bidders, one of the bidder was blacklisted, and the matter was brought to the notice of MECL, not that directly the bidder, but one of the joint venture partner of bidder was blacklisted. And this matter we have referred to RSC, and ultimately RSC has confirmed that this bidder has been blacklisted, and the matter was taken to the board of director, and accordingly that bidder was given the information that he is not qualified, and ultimately the bidder went to the court, to the Honorable High Court, and Honorable High Court also withheld this, and ultimately taking all legal routes, we have cancelled that bid. Then again we have retendered on 15th of January 2024, and now again three bidders have come. Among the three bidders, again there was a complaint that one of the bidder is blacklisted in Jharkhand, and the same has been followed by the Haryana, one of the DISCOM of Haryana. And when we return to them, they have returned to us, returned back us that the matter has been resolved, and they have been again that ban has been removed from them, and accordingly we have removed. But in the process, the bid validity period was and today cabinet has approved. So this is the entire thing as far the AMISP is considered. Another three issues were there. This is small issues. You must be aware that like Shillong, where we are going for expansion and upgradation of substation, because the demand is increasing every day, and accordingly we have decided that NEHU and Meghalaya substation will be upgraded, and we are having another new substation at Sngi, and a proposed substation at Maukanu to take the load factor of Shillong city. Similarly, in Tura also, our peak hour demand has reached to 20 megawatt, which needs more substations, either new substations or upgraded substations. So accordingly, we have moved to the government to provide us land, because there are some readily available land, and we have requested the government to give us land. So there will be one substation in the sericulture office campus. The NPTCL vis-a-vis the government has decided that all the civil subdivision, civil hospitals should have dedicated power supply. So on the pilot basis, we are taking up Shillong and Tura civil hospitals in case if there is any eventuality of outages and all these things, so that we can provide uninterrupted power supply to these hospitals. So accordingly, we have requested the government to give us a plot of land in the sericulture office campus in Tura, which we will utilize to go for a 33 by 11 kV and 5 MVA substation dedicatedly for Tura Civil Hospital. And to augment other areas also, we have asked for government land opposite to Danagri BSF camp and another one at MTC land in Dakopgiri, and government has agreed to give these three plot of land. And with this three substation coming at Tura, the load factor of Tura will be taken care of, so that there is no excess load and then substation goes out of the service and all these things. So these three land and one that smart metering issues were cleared by the cabinet today. I don't know whether same Adani group or this is Adani group solutions.
Okay, and those who have accepted, if you can mention who are these?
They are the names.
Yeah.
One is Jackson Limited joint venture with MS Bodri Rai and Company and MS Flugrid Limited, and one is MS Envil Cables Private Limited.
Sir,
See, they are a joint venture. It is the primary company is Jackson Limited. They are joint venture with Bodri Rai, but they have not got the tender, so the matter remains there.
So who got the tender?
This is Envil Cables Private Limited.
and where are they from?
They are from Calcutta. Actually, what they tell exactly, the scheme is time bound and sunset date being 31st March 2026.
All right.
We expect in a big way, because if you see the nomenclature RDSS, Revamped Distribution Sector Scheme, that means many places we will take care of all the issues like theft and all these things. Even we are planning to go for covered wires and all these things. So this will reduce, minimize. Our loss was around 35%. We have come down almost 17% now. So we expect to go for, we are targeting to go as at least of national level of 12 to 13%. But it is a very big task. Everybody's cooperation is also required. We will take all apprehensions. See, what we discussed in the cabinet also, at length also, that we will be providing that frequently asked questions. People may require those informations also. We will try to take the stakeholders also into. And only apprehension that there may be huge jump of energy bills. So we'll put check meters also in cases where there is certain. That means one smart meter will be there by side. We'll put one analog meters also, and we will see that how the variation is there. But smart meter captures everything that how you are using your electricity. So if you use judiciously, then it will help you reduce the bill also. So we will take all the points into consideration before we go for the implementation.
Taken by the cabinet was to, in order to further decongest the city of Shillong, the police reserve will now be relocated at Tindring, which is under the new Shillong township. An area of 50 acres will be allotted for the creation of a new police reserve at Tindring, and this particular area will also serve as a corridor between the administrative city and the knowledge city of the new Shillong township. The cabinet has approved this particular proposal, and we will go ahead with the setting up of the police reserve, which will also help in the process of decongesting the state capital. That apart, another decision that we took today was in the social welfare department, where we discussed about the urgent need to address the shortfall of human resources. And it was found that we had a number of vacancies of various categories. For instance, the CDPOs, lady supervisors, child development project officers, where in order to accelerate the process of filling up various vacancies, the cabinet had agreed to the setting up of the Meghalaya Social Welfare Recruitment Board. Now, the board has been tasked with various responsibilities, and the immediate need to address the shortfall of human resources will be addressed by filling up the various vacancies. For instance, we have as many as 62 lady supervisors who are yet to be appointed, 8 CDPOs, and this process has taken longer than expected because of various delays that have occurred in the filling up of these vacancies by the MPSC. To expedite that process, the cabinet has cleared the creation of the Meghalaya Social Welfare Recruitment Board, which will be headed by chairperson in the rank of the Commissioner and Secretary to the Government of Meghalaya in the Department of Social Welfare, with the Director as the Member Secretary. The grant of special casual leave to state government employees. There was an existing arrangement, a circular, which has now been found to be outdated, where the number of days allowed for government employees to avail of special casual leave was just 15 days in a year. We decided today that the number of days would now be double to 30 days. And more importantly, the need to allow government employees who are also taking part in games, sports and athletic meets. And whenever such occasions where various sports and games requiring the participation of government employees is concerned, that particular period will be treated as a period where government employees are actually performing their duties and will not be counted as leave. This will also help the state in meeting various requirements, especially in view of the forthcoming national games. So, create the appointment of the State Chief Information Commissioner, which has become vacant in view of the retirement of Nomplu, IPS retired on the 14th of November 2024. Today, the Cabinet has approved the proposal that Kong R.V. Suchang, IAS retired, be appointed as the new State Chief Information Commissioner for the period of 3 years. I think these were the major ones.
Sir,
Approved the purchase of a building in Bangalore for the accommodation of visitors from Meghalaya to that city, and more especially for the student population. This particular building, located in the city of Bangalore, will accommodate at any point of time in 2 dorms for girls and boys, 50 boys and 50 girls. And Bangalore being one of the most visited areas by Meghalayans, and also we have a number of students pursuing various courses in that city. Yeah, I think these were the major ones. Yeah, you wanted to?
sir, is the state government not thinking of having Bangalore Meghalaya house?
See, as of now, the immediate need is to cater to the need of the student population. A Meghalaya house is also in the pipeline, but in order to address the immediate need, where a number of students are finding it very difficult to find accommodation, and the rates also are very exorbitant. But creating a Meghalaya house would need more, like creation of more posts, placing of officers. So in order to address the immediate need, we will first create this facility of a guest house, specially dedicated to visitors and student population of the state.
Regarding the
Complete immediately within a span of the next 12 months, because we have a number of vacancies. These vacancies have been lying unfilled for many years, thereby impeding the pace of work in the directorate.
Sir,
As I referred earlier, we have 8 posts of CDPOs to be filled up, and then about 62 numbers. Yeah, 62 lady supervisors. And since we also have the ECD mission, which again is facing huge challenges because of staff lack of manpower, so we will immediately fill up these vacancies. It should be completed in the span of the next 1 year.
so we can say
Safely, yes. We'll be within 100 years.
Can you tell us about the number of names of applicants for the Information Commission?
No, the procedure is like this. There was a search committee which came up with a panel of names, and this search committee then decided that it would recommend for one particular name, and this name was today placed before the cabinet, and the name was that of Kong R.V. Suchang, and the views of both the law and finance departments are also obtained before the matter was placed before the cabinet, and the cabinet decided to agree to this proposal. Names include Kong Ripanar Lingdo, IAS retired, and Mr. Sahai, IFS retired, additional principal CCF of Forest Department.
Sir, since you have mentioned that police reserve will be shifted, relocated to New Shillong, what is the government's plan to construct in that place?
Which is why we needed the cabinet's approval at today's meeting. So now that the approval has been given, work on creation of the new police reserve will start immediately.
No, in that land where existing police reserve is there, what is government plan?
The plan now is we will decongest the area. The jail will also be shifted, and we will then a proposal of what happens to the plots of land will then be put up by the Department of Urban Affairs.
Not yet decided.
No, not yet. We will first move to New Shillong and then decide on what we do with the plots of land that will be made free. Once the police reserve moves out of there, the state jail will also move out, and we will then decide on what we will use with these. Because the need of the city are multiple, and those will be addressed by the department concerned.
Well, government is planning to shift this.
It'll happen immediately. Yeah. Today we first needed the approval of the cabinet to shift. Now that approval has been given, necessary measures will be taken to ensure that it is created immediately.
But any time frame fixed?
No, once we shift there, the process itself will start. No?
A relocation time frame fixed because you have to construct.
Yeah.
So
it will begin within the next fiscal year. Okay. 20?
Not yet, because this will be given by the government of Karnataka only. So once the cabinet agrees, then the formality will start.
But since you have only mentioned it will accommodate 50 boys, 50 girls, I thought that it has only been, the deal has been sealed.
Yeah. It's somewhere in the range of 20 crores.
20.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, between in that range. Yeah.
And in the case of CIC, what is the age limit that is 3 years?
3 years, and the age limit is 65. Yeah, 65 years.
Up to 65.
Yes. As you can see, some new construction is already happening, where these vendors will be relocated.
Where?
This is at Kandailat area itself. Opposite the State Bank also, some construction is on. So these also will be used for the rehabilitation of workers.
When?
It will happen within this year. You will see.
Because last year.
Yeah, that's why I told you that we will not give you a definite date, because we will keep asking every press conference. But it's happening. The relocation is happening. Names have already been finalized, and we have indicated a space for about 200 such hawkers.
But some apprehensions were there amongst the hawkers, and they were mentioning about town vending committee, the legalities of this town vending committee.
No. In fact, that process, the hawkers themselves had representation in the town vending committees, so things are going on smoothly. We should be able to relocate them once the new structures are ready.
Upon when you were in.
See, I think you'll also appreciate the fact that today, even the Honorable High Court of Meghalaya has stepped in by also directing the state government to expedite the process of relocating hawkers who are creating a lot of inconvenience to other road users. So we are aware of the situation, we are seized of the matter, which is why the relocation will happen immediately, once the structures are ready.
But what will the government, what are the measures the government is going to take? Because the moment you act, you will be termed as anti-people and so on and so forth.
See, as government, whether we do it or we don't do it, we always get the short end of the stick. But we will do what has been mandated to us to do. We will perform our duties accordingly, and we will ensure that all road users, including transporters, pedestrians, they also have equal right to the use of those roads.
All following.
Yeah, it cropped up in the cabinet today In fact, the discussions have gone in a very positive way, and all that is left now is, since there are issues where the governor of Meghalaya is also involved. So the cabinet has today authorized the chief minister to brief the governor, and once that happens, the matter will then come back to the cabinet. It has the discussions today will be carried on in the first cabinet meeting to be held in the month of April, which is likely to be in the first week of April itself.
So when can
We will take a final call once the CM meets the Honorable Governor and the Cabinet meets in the first or second week of April. So after which we will then take the few other logical steps.
So we can say the government is coming up with the rules to when.
Absolutely, yeah. We are moving in that direction.
When CM
Today, is meeting the governor today.
Bapal, following the Karnataka food poisoning incident where 2 lives were lost, there has been this demand for the government to institute an inquiry into the people that are responsible for taking out students outside the state, Bapal. And this incident is also linked to RSS. So what do you have to say on this?
No, the matter did not figure in the cabinet discussions today, but the stand of the government has always been to ensure the safety of every Meghalayan who travels or studies outside the state, which is why the Commissioner and Secretary Home personally visited on behalf of the state government, visited the hospital where those the unfortunate incident where those 2 casualties occurred. So on the part of the government, we will do everything to unearth the circumstances leading to the deaths of the 2 boys. The Secretary Home will submit a formal report to the Deputy CM in charge and to the CM, and we will take a call on that. Yeah. Primarily, I agree to what you say, but on this very matter, it's very important also for all stakeholders, especially civil society, members of civil society, to bring it to our notice. Now, nothing of the kind has happened so far. It's just happened that in this particular instance, that the boys actually lost their lives, which is why it got the attention that it got. Actually, nobody even heard about such boys being indoctrinated and being kept in these homes for reasons which you have already spelled out. So I would request all concerned, especially the village heads, to bring such issues to the notice of the government and to the Department of Social Welfare. We will take cognizance of all such complaints.
But whether we have or not any kind of provisions in social welfare, especially like, even though it will be a concern of their own parents, but then taking children at the age of 6, 5, 7 years.
Which is why we need formal complaints, because there, as you mentioned, there could have been consent given by parents, consent being given by guardians, in which case government has little role to play. But where there are specific complaints of minors being abused for purposes of religious conversion, we will certainly take cognizance of such complaints. But it has to be specific information. Okay.